I am already a bag of emotion about this game. I was quite surprised actually. I never even clicked at the top of SofaScore to look at the other sports until today. I knew that they had all the best football information. I knew that, of course, they have their scoring system. They have the fastest goal alerts in the business. But when I clicked at the top today and looked, oh my God, even some sports I've never heard of, they're covering. So for that app to be free and for you guys to be able to help the channel out simply by downloading it with our link, because we do receive a small fee for each one of you that downloads the link. You know, I'm always transparent here on the channel. And it means a lot. If you could do it, it really would help us out. So use the QR code on the screen. And our friends at SofaScore have been really pleased at how many of you have so far downloaded that app. And you'll see not just ourselves, but many other content creators pushing SofaScore at the minute because, quite simply, it is streets above. It is. It just is. It is top notch. Does anybody else feel that there's a bit of a desperation in the media to, again, ignite some type of rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester City? I know that they want it to happen. I know that that's their wet dream, but I can speak on behalf of myself and most of the Liverpool fans that I know in that I don't care how much City win, how many trophies they have, how many players they sign. I will never think of them as a rival. I think of them as a pest. I think of them as a pain in the backside. But not for the reasons I would think of Arsenal or United, who I actually consider genuine rivals. It feels like they want it to be the case. And they keep trying to bring up the bus incidents from 2020 or 2016. They keep trying to talk about this, that and the other. Look, this is all you need to know about Manchester City. One, tin pot club nobody cares about. Their numbers, in my opinion, are very questionable on everything from platforms to ticket sales to what they pay people. Also, I would go as far as to say, look what happens when a big club wins a trophy, like Liverpool or Manchester United. Streets are adorned with fans, can't move, even during COVID times. When City win it, nobody cares. Because, and I can't say this clearly enough, nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. We all know it's tin pot. We all know it's questionable. But we don't see in the media, again, anybody talking about it. Last night, I sat, as I always do, about 10:30, and I watched back pages on Sky Sports. Jason Burt of The Telegraph was there, and I think it was Jonathan Liu. I think that was the other gentleman's name. And they were talking about the Haaland and Trent situation. And Jason Burt said something along the lines of, well, I don't blame Haaland for pushing back. I mean, Trent has some cheek saying that it means more to Liverpool. How does he know that? Well, Jason, we know it because, one, you can see that Liverpool actually have fans. So when we win something, it does mean a bit more. I know it's a cheesy catchphrase and all, but the reason nobody cares or defends City is because everybody knows that City's achievements are tainted. But the media won't talk about that. They didn't talk about it last night again. I'm starting to actually genuinely wonder, are Sky employees not allowed to talk about it? Now, I don't know the answer to that. But how can you sit there and do two things? Profess to love the sport and then fluff Manchester City. Those two things are not compatible with what we know. 115 charges. 115. This is not spoken about enough. And these aren't charges. They've already been charged. They've already been found guilty. This is their appeal and their hearing. So, before we all circle jerk and talk about how great Manchester City are, let's see if it's tainted. Because we all know how they got to where they are. So when they're found guilty of some of those charges, and I believe they will be, maybe not all of them, but I believe that they will be found guilty of some of them, then let's see what the media do. Then let's see if Sky grow a backbone. Then let's see if these journalists start doing their damn jobs. I've been asked so many times by people, so many times, why does nobody talk about it? Why is it not in every conversation? And the answer is we all have our theories, right? We don't know. But I know that somebody like me or you or a United fan or, I don't know, pick a fan, an Arsenal fan, a City fan, doesn't matter. Well, not a City fan. We look at football and we care about it. We've loved it our entire life. We love it after Klopp goes. We love it after Pep goes. We love it. But we're not idiots. And don't piss in our tent and tell me it's raining. I can see how City got to where they are. I can see the social media followers that they claim to have that. Ironically, a lot of them aren't very active. We can see the sponsorship revenues. We've seen the emails. We've seen it all. But yet you still take us for idiots. You've all lost credibility to the football fans in the world. How you can profess to love the sport and not be disgusted by these charges. This could be the biggest, most stunning set of cheating in English sport in my life. And it's not mentioned about. But let me ask and finish up with one more question. Whoever's watching this video, whether you're a Liverpool fan, a United fan, an Arsenal fan, a West Ham fan, it doesn't matter. Just answer me this one question. Do you think if it was Manchester United or Liverpool who had these 115 charges against them, that it wouldn't be the front page and back page of every paper, every topic of conversation, every goddamn day? It would be. Now ask why. Because they actually have fans. They actually drive traffic. They actually generate clicks. So trying to build up Manchester City into something that we all know they aren't is fooling nobody. But sticking two fingers up to the sport that you profess to love while speaking about the fact that Manchester City are marvellous, underdog story, shame on you. And I've said it over and I'm going to continue to say it. Shame on you. All of you. We won't forget. Football won't forget whose interests you were looking after because it wasn't the game. Because obviously I know only too well that there are City fans who are hardcore, have gone down through the divisions. We spoke about this on the stream many times. I do not class all City fans the same. But there are also those fans who are willingly just ignoring things because it suits them. You don't want to hear things about your club that are damaging. You don't want to hear things that maybe make you question it. So I guess I can't answer the question. But I know one thing. If Liverpool were taken over by, I don't know, a state, and Liverpool all of a sudden had all of this glory on top of it, I know it wouldn't mean as much to me. I know I wouldn't enjoy it as much. And I know I'd probably, bit by bit, week by week, fall out of love with the game. That's my honest answer. I can't say it hasn't happened, but we talked about takeovers before. We talked about Qatar, we talked about others, and I've always had the same stance. This is the thing that is destroying a lot of people's love of football. And I've seen a couple of West Ham accounts and stuff saying things like, I hope City beat Liverpool this weekend. I'm sick of their fans. Again, how can you hate us so much that you would rather football lose its soul and that potential cheating is rewarded just because you don't like Liverpool fans? Weird. Like, you also say, I love the sport. Bullshit. Those two things are not compatible. John Power, how are you, John? Said, hi Craig, I'm excited and anxious about the game on Sunday, but I still fancy us to win 3-1 to the mighty Reds. Oh mate, I won't lie mate, there's a reason I took tomorrow off, and it's because I'd be no use to any of you if I was streaming tomorrow. I am already a bag of emotion about this game. Nerves haven't quite got there yet, John, but I am already a bag of emotion because the rational side of my brain says, look, Craig, either way, win or lose or draw, the title race isn't over one way or the other. But I tell you what, getting a victory wouldn't half stick the dagger into Manchester City's title aspirations. And I hope as well, encourage Arsenal, because I'd love after the international break for Manchester City to be out of this title race, for Liverpool to have beaten them and then Arsenal to go and beat them. And then we go head to head with Arsenal. That would be a title race that I would have a lot of respect for, because I've nothing but admiration for Arsenal. I think they're a great football club that trying to do things in the right way. So yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. But what a week. We did say coming into this week, or 2-week period for the international break, that the season could be there or thereabouts by the end of it. So we've progressed in the FA Cup. We have an away trip to Manchester United coming up, last game before the international break. And the good news? Well, the good news is we've pretty much already won the Europa League last 16 tie. 5-1 away from home. Jurgen Klopp can put out Adrian. He can put out Jadon Danns. He can put out Lewis Kumas. He can put out Bobby Clark. He can put out a younger, more inexperienced team at home and rest the boys for the game against Manchester United, which would mean we have the guts of a week to rest up for that game. It's gone perfect. We went over and we got the job done in Prague. Progressed and have picked up maximum points in the league since we lost to Arsenal. It's all set up. It is all set up for a massive, massive weekend.